It is this day ordered,
threatened with a cloud of blood by civil war,
whereas the acts of stage plays, interludes, and common players, condemned by ancient heathens, tending to the high provocation of God's wrath and displeasure.
Public stage plays shall cease and be forborne.
It is ordained by the lords and commons.
Officers are hereby required to enter all houses where stage plays are or shall be acted or played.
And all such common players or actors so offending to be committed to any jail or prison.
It is hereby further ordered and ordained by authority aforesaid and hereby required
that all the sum of money gathered from any spectators of said stage plays shall be paid into the nearest church parish.
It is also hereby required that every person present at any such stage plays must forfeit and pay the sum of 5 shillings. Each township is hereby required to pull down and demolish all stage galleries, seats, and boxes used for the acting or scenes such acted stage plays aforesaid.
All persons so offending shall be committed to any jail or prison, there to be punished as rogues.
Now, the characteristics of a Greek tragedy include suffering, the hero is in pain, and then cleansing, the hero will be remade, and then religion. Now, as we learned earlier, these plays were performed at 5-day festivals for worship, and they honored their god Dionysus. With those two facts in mind, we tie in myth and history. And to put a flag on top of that, wake up, Christopher, they wore masks. Now we... Yes, Christopher.
Why did they wear masks? Was it for religious reasons?
No, the people in the back just couldn't see their faces. Excellent question, however. Now, I know I'm pushing the time a little bit, but the more that is learned, the more that is known, yes?
Yes.
I assume you all wish to go home now.
Yes.
Very well, you have made your point. Class dismissed. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Ah, Kurt, what can I do for you? Still struggling with Latin?
No, sir, I wanted to ask. I heard a certain rumor.
A rumor, a rather funny one, or a rather serious one?
Well, I didn't believe Roland when he told me, but were you a player?
A player?
Yes, sir, a stage actor.
Well, Roland has spoken out of turn, perhaps, but he has spoken true. I informed him of that last week.
Still trying to picture you in makeup and silly garments, making a fool of yourself, playing a drunkard or a jester or...
My final role was actually Ophelia.
Wasn't Ophelia a girl, sir?
Yes, she was, but she was played by a young man. All the girls were.
Were all the girls busy with something, sir? They let you walk around in a bloody skirt.
Now, I was well respected in my company, and I expect the same from you.
My apologies, Master Fisher. Just curious. Who is Ophelia?
Ophelia is a character in the play Hamlet. She goes mad after learning of her father's death. I actually have a copy right here.
Oh, woe is me! To see what I am seeing! To see what I see!
Have you any more of these?
I have many plays from many places. Like this one, The Frogs, a Greek comedy written by Aristophanes.
Good. And see, they're carrying out a body now. Hello! You there. You. Dead man! Are you willing to carry down our little traps to Hades?
Would you mind if I borrow some?
I suppose not.
What was it like being a player, seeing your career go like that?
It was like growing up in a house full of food, and then waking one day to little to no bread or water. You grow up with it and get used to it even, but you never forget how it used to be.
Bit of poetry, sir.
Many thanks.
say.
Apples! We have the best apples in town!
Mother! Mother! Do you know where Mother went? Have you seen her?
This fictional woman intrigues me. I imagine her as innocent, yet intelligent.
Do you doubt that?
Sweet and gentle.
No more but so.
Big, kind eyes, and a presence like a mother.
It is in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep it.
It does remind me of someone, but not of my own mother.
I wish that I had a mother.
I bet you she got a lot of things.
Mostly shillings.
She goes insane after her father's passing. No more violence for the castle. No more father for the daughter and the son. Son, to think a child could be so altered upon the death of his father. Since
Where's Brother Cut off?
pardon me?
You heard me. Clean your ears and I'll speak again.
I shall do so and offer my apologies.
I shall not accept them.
My apologies are offended.
My response does not care.
The response that an Indian takes after its owner.
The pause were weak, much like the boy who spoke them.
You've no sense of courtesy, not a bit.
I have no need to show courtesy in such rabble.
Gravel, is that your father talking?
Father insists, but I can speak for myself. I am slightly well educated.
How? From dusty old books? What books can teach you how to speak properly? Tell a joke. Laugh.
My fables teach me the wisest lesson of life.
Fables.
Indeed.
And who teaches these lessons? A talking bird.
My mother taught me to school, but
Speak no more. I've taken it upon myself to do the simple matters in life. Perfect Donwald, beautifully present for your dire need.
Ellen
Thanks,
Thompson.
fun, quick. Grab my legs and walk towards the breeze. To advance, let's try a piggyback ride. It's so going. That's too hard as well. Let's try a hop. Can you do that for me? Hop. Good, good. Now jump. Excellent. Around the square now, like bunnies. Jump bunny. Jump low. Bunnies are not afraid of the world.
What am I supposed to learn from this?
Absolutely nothing. I can see that stuff your father's severe strike to. Excuse me, sir. Pardon my bouncing. I was simply teaching the class.
Class in which my daughter is a student.
You must be your father. Heard a lot about you. My name is Curtis McDonald. Some call me Kurt. Except when the situation gets a bit sticky.
Sticky. Yes. Now would you please explain to me why my daughter is hopping around the square like a drunken monkey?
It was for fun.
Fun is for children. You are far past that age and should act as such.
Beg your pardon, sir. I happen to be enrolled in a grammar school and I still have time for fun.
Well, thank heavens for that.
What?
I thought my daughter was associated with a peasant. But you say you're enrolled in... where was it?
Crosby School for Boys.
Well, then you are poor.
I haven't always been.
I only care for what's in front of me.
Reasons why I'm always gone.
You, boy, are not to be in the same area as my daughter. You're to keep your jesting antics away from your betters. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, but I was.
That's a good boy. Problem solved. Come, Ellen. You have your afternoon lessons.
Yes, Father.
Oh, woe is me.
His Highness, Lord Francis Chauncey.
You're lucky he did not write your name down. Hopefully, he will not remember it.
Who is he exactly?
A noble lord, rich with power and persuasion. He can turn any politician,
Changed anyone's mind.
all while spitting in your general direction.
And his daughter?
She don't get out much. Chauncey just brings her out and prove he hasn't killed her yet.
Poor girl. Give me back my dress.
Fine now.
Ellen Chauncey. The girl who needed to be taught how to laugh.
Do you think you're impressing anyone out there by jumping around like a foolish child?
But I am a
You
child.
are a well-born young lady. You are my daughter.
I am my own person.
Pardon?
I apologize, Father. I didn't mean any harm.
Why, hello, Lord Chauncey. Are we ready for today's lesson? Ah, yes, Master Fisher. Punctual as always. Please. Carry on.
What is it today? Latin, grammar?
All right. Out with it.
What?
You're upset.
Father was.
Of course he was. He had that vein protruding from his neck again.
How was your day?
We went to the market. I met a boy there. Rather lanky, not yet a man, just a boy. He bumped me. He was rather rude at first.
I take it that's not all.
And then I realized my conversational skills are somewhat lacking.
Oh, dear.
We fought. Argued. It was rather odd. Then he asked me about my studies.
I for eternal as he takes a buzzard.
What else did this young boy do other than inquire about a young girl's life?
He made me skip, hop, and laugh in public. He insisted on having fun.
Fun?
Fun.
May I ask, what was this boy's name?
Hurt, and Father despised him.
Asses are made to bear, and so is he.
Well, of course he did, though, rowdy child. A fool who wishes nothing more than for silly antics and laughter. A troublemaker.
Master Fisher, sir.
Running about, causing chaos, and run amok.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
Sir, I.
No petty amusements. No foolish pursuits. Not a bit. No lesson today.
Pardon?
Here, just read the story.
Sir, what is this about? What's wrong?
Nothing that needs attention.
What's the subject of this book?
A shrew.
I appreciate it, Mom.
How's your mother doing?
Fine. She's doing a bit of laundry for a few shillings.
Always was a hard one for that one.
It's true enough, but I don't feel right that nearly all of it goes directly to my schooling. She hardly keeps any of it in her pocket.
It's her choice. Don't be fighting with it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Who's that?
Some moon, probably.
by my troth, this sanguine coward, this bedpresser, this horseback breaker, this huge hill of flesh, thou dost make a millstone seem as a feather, what with that lard bloated football. Thy vile canker blossom countenance curdles milk and sours beer. God's teeth, they lie deadly than tell you you have good faces. Zounds, I think thou horse will sooner con oration than thou learn a prayer without book. Thine has in thine soul no more a brain than I have in mine elbow.
What are you fools clapping for? You'll get us all fined or put in jail.
The staging of plays is forbidden, sir. See you a stage. Short acts of comedy are allowed in public areas.
Well, it would have to be funny then, wouldn't it?
Sir!
Go argue with your fancy little mask. We don't want any part of your troubles.
Julia, I've told you many times before, it is not a.
Then why didn't they just print it like that?
It is printed like that. You just can't read.
It's stupid.
It's a contraction, Julia. Stop being such a child. It's no wonder you don't get any roles.
Oh, I'll make sure. You Come, girls, we must be civilized.
Civilized criminals.
No one invited
And
me.
I didn't want to come. Joe dragged me here.
Oh, Joan, can you come down here? We don't need the light.
All right. Use ladders, dear. Nonsense. Where's the fun in that?
They made ladders for a reason.
You don't have any
I provided all of you.
Boy!
do you want with me?
You're the one who snuck in.
I was curious.
Funny, there's a story
That's
about
how I
that.
told your speech.
Me?
Yes, you were in that cloak and it was brilliant. Then you ran.
You weren't supposed to follow her.
I was curious.
Right, then.
What's your name, boy?
Kurt McDonald.
McDonald.
Indeed.
Is he telling the truth?
I believe that he is. Ladies? Yes.
So does this mean you'll explain all of this?
Indeed.
We are
The company of women.
We are
A company of actors.
We are
A company of players.
You are?
forbidden, illegal,
Not allowed.
Then why are you here?
For fun?
for passion.
So your idea of culture is breaking the law.
indeed.
That's ridiculous.
We didn't have to tell you.
I didn't want to know.
Yes, you did.
But why?
Doesn't matter.
How could you?
Irrelevant.
Then why could you
Get
just?
your chin off the floor, boy. It is not that difficult.
All these words, these plays are fairly written down as it is. If we and others like us don't keep them alive in secret, they'll be lost.
Others like you.
Never mind that.
The church banned the Greek plays once for years because they talked about their gods in them. We barely have any of them left at all. How many did South return?
More than 100.
More than 100 plays. We only have 5 or 6. Some of those aren't even complete.
Is that some great tragedy?
Every one of them, and they might not even be his best work. And there could be hundreds of other writers who've been forgotten completely. Luckily, we have a library of all the works we saved.
A song can be written on a piece of parchment or be sung nightly by drunks to the end of time. A painting or a statue can live in a rich man's dining hall or a palace for centuries. But a play is alive and must be kept alive, performed with skill and passion, else it dies. Marlowe, Shakespeare, Webster, Kyd, even Sophocles. Those names may mean nothing to you. They don't to most. But they mean a great deal to us and many others. And if we have to hide underground and risk being thrown into clink just to keep them alive, then so be it.
So if you're going to run to the constable, we'll stuff you in a box. If not, you can stay and watch, as long as you keep your mouth shut.
Yes, ma'am.
Right then. Back to work, ladies. Continuing with Act 5.
Lead on both sides. Listen, my lord. How is it, Laertes?
I am justly killed with my own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them leave.
No, the dream, oh my dear Emily, the dream,
Oh, Melanie. I'll let the doors be locked. Treachery, seek it out.
I can't afford the king's to blame. The king's to blame.
The point. And venom too. Then the venom. To thy work.
No. I am not taking part in this crime.
Allow me to tell you something the rest of us knew 5 minutes ago. Why you were able to find us and others aren't. You followed Avis. You share a passion. We seek to the streets and perform something. Safe.
It's called a droll. Funny lines by the ball fellow to the left, 2 shillings in a hat, and then off you
That is, she dressed like one. Baggy clothes and fake beard so she could audition with the men in the real theater. She lived as Charles Marley and even told her as Socrates. But it wasn't until a little incident with the water trough when they discovered her Molly, old wise witch.
Molly Duncan is a sour witch. She takes great joy in watching people suffer, except actors. She and her husband own this very theater and even lost a few actors from time to time. When the new laws forced the theater to shut down, her husband went on to France to make money. She stayed behind with her crude band of players.
Claudia.
Claire. Phil.
Claudia is from France, home to female players for decades, and she was one of the best. Her Cordelia made the king weep, but success is more milk than gold. It can spoil overnight. The troupe of French players traveled to London to play at the Rose. Claudia's first entrance was welcomed by a loud, angry roar, followed by a volley of pebbles, food waste, and other garbage. This was the English disposition towards a woman on stage.
Well, they say there's no place like London.
That has a nice ring to it.
We're dysfunctional, but
You're a family.
exactly. There's always room for more.
Ellen! Ellen Chauncey! Ellen!
Kurt,
Beautifully present.
what are you doing here? Father sees
He
you.
can't see past the end of his nose.
Excuse me?
Come on, I have something to show you.
What?
Come, follow me.
What about your dog? Every time you call?
Always wanted a dog. But they'll come back.
Ellen! Ellen Viola Chauncey. Ah, there you are.
I'm where I always am.
Now, I'm leaving you tonight to attend the banquet.
Who's banquet?
No one you know? Well, I'm gonna expect you to behave like a proper young lady. I'll be back in the morning. Mind your servants. They have my orders.
So, I hear your father has stepped out for the night. Do you have any plans?
Guess who?
Where have you been? I've been sitting here for ages.
We're supposed to guess.
Shakespeare?
They had me out drooling again.
Davis, you know
It's a
how
harmless little speech. Don't overreact.
I apologize. You just know how
I'm
much.
not going anywhere.
I had some trouble with Ellen this morning.
You should put her in a
You know I can't do that.
I know. So, let's talk.
About?
About us, silly.
What about us?
I want to stop skulking around.
I know, sweetheart, but now's not the time for that.
Day just isn't my day.
Davis, please, I was just...
Teasing, darling. Only teasing. I'll see you at the banquet.
You know what happened? Someone saw me out here this late. This better be important.
I assure you it is.
Then tell me.
I cannot.
Fine then. I'll make it
Or
sure with all the time I work.
you can tell me, or you could be wrong.
About what?
About how you're happy being a mindless doll that your father parades around at parties.
Don't give your mom something doesn't sound like it.
Hurry up then. I can't be out here all night.
So, Ellen, Viola,
Yeah,
how'd you get the name?
My mother.
Is that her name?
Not quite.
Then how did you get the name?
She met my father while performing a speech from 12th night. So what about you, Curtis?
McDonald. Edgar.
Curtis Edgar McDonald. Very sophisticated.
Thank you. My father got it from the neighbor's cow.
Touching. And where is he now?
Oh, the neighbor's cow is over there.
Not the cow. Your father, silly. That off worrying where his son is?
I got it.
Pardon?
He died when I was 3.
Oh. My mother went mad. At least that's what the servants say. Father never talks about her. He refuses to.
2 houses, both life and dignity.
Oh, he sounds like such a wonderful man.
He wasn't always bad. He used to be very kind and sweet.
But last, after the death of his dear, departed wife.
Just the scar that felt the wound.
Sorry.
So when are you going to tell me where we're going?
I'll tell you as long as you promise not to tell.
On my word.
A company.
A company. You mean of actors.
You could call it that.
But stage plays are...
I know that. As do they. So keep your voice down. And come along.
Absence lections, take a purple nom.
My ducks are quite plump, so you're calling yourself
I
fat.
guess I'm like a duck off these
That
swamps.
makes
Halt! Breathe! Be like a stone, if you will.
Master Fisher.
Stones do not speak.
I
Have been missing my lessons for the past week. Have often been in the company of a young boy on whom my father severely disapproves of.
Sir, I...
Have been whisking my student away during my paid teaching time.
However,
You've grown quite fine of her.
Poor worm, thou art infected.
You...
Will not inform your father on what you are doing.
Your...
Welcome. It's just that I prefer that Lord Chauncey got his quid's work. I hope you can carve out some instructional time from all this foolishness.
But she has been learning.
You are in no position to teach Miss Chauncey anything, my boy.
I don't mean lessons. I mean acting.
Acting.
Indeed.
You mean the kind of acting which occurs in stage plays? The kind of acting which is wholly illegal in the realm?
The very same.
But I have never taught you of such things, and certainly have I never told you anything about
The company of women.
One moment. The company of women, my dear, is a mere rumor passed around on tablets. Where did you hear of this?
From Kurt, of course, and it's quite real. We've both seen it.
They let you in the company.
They did, and they let me back in since. What's so strange about that?
They didn't even let me in!
Well, it is a company of women.
Well, they let him in!
You know what, sir? You're right. Hadn't even thought of that. Perhaps they see greatness in me.
Surely it's a position, sir. A schoolmaster to make it a private tutor from the wealthier families. Can be worried of anyone with such authority.
Yes. Yes, of course.
I won't miss any more lessons. I promise.
What?
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Let the heavens rain grace on that which breeds between them.
Because he's a clown.
I've been called that before, but I'm still here.
It's different. He treats everything like a joke.
He's not that
We
bad.
allowed him into Romeo and Juliet rehearsals once. All he did was make jokes about women. We asked him to stop, but he simply said that there were babies to birth, supper to prepare, and laundry to clean.
Forget what I said.
He never would have found us if Julia would have remembered to shut the drape. But he's not
members and a growing troupe, we thought we'd hold a sort of festival for a small audience.
Is that safe?
Only if you do it at night with people who will keep their mouths shut. Just former players and a handful of others with discretion.
Speaking of which, we need to assign roles.
Grace and Joan, the bit from 12th night. Parnell, the Spanish tragedy speech. You can find that in the vault. The rest of us were assigned last week, correct?
Yes.
Now we just need a Kate.
Ugh, I hate Shrew.
I'll do it. Perhaps. What about you, Ellen?
She isn't an actor.
Neither were you once. She can learn.
That may be, but, Catherine, don't you think that is a bit of a bar from a novice?
She'll be fine, and if you don't calm your tongue, we'll drop the Faustus speech, and you may watch the door.
Oh no, it's quite fine. Please, just give my part to a child who has only sat there for, 3 whole days.
Are you done?
She can't be nervous whatsoever if she doesn't know any better.
Are you done?
Yes. Yes, I.
She is quite a woman.
I give her one bloody roll and suddenly she's Richard Burbage in a skirt. I think you'll do fine, Ellen.
Thank you, madam.
Come, ladies. We have a theater to prepare. Clean up.
This isn't my job. This is not.
Where am I headed? What? How about this one out of it? Don't talk to me.
Grace, can you
Eleanor,
Yes, Kurt?
I was wondering if you might have an answer for me.
Depends on the question.
Why me? There are no other males here. Master Fisher is forbidden, yet here I am. Why?
Well, in that particular case, I can say that you are far better company than your schoolmaster ever was.
That may be, but
Your
why-
answer has followed you your entire life. It's your name.
Kurt.
The other bit.
Edgar.
The other bit.
McDonald.
Did you ever meet your father?
I remember his face, but not much else. He died when I was 3.
That's what I thought you would say. He was taken from you at that young age. That much is true, but he didn't die.
You mean?
Your father was a fine actor, one of the best in London. Consider it not so deeply.
I'm aware.
He was accounted for many parts. Hamlet, Lear, Macbeth, Orpheus. Boy, your father had the kind of power that a common player would dream of.
So very
He
well, but
played
what,
Lear at court once, and the rumor was the queen shed a tear.
what happened to him?
Here's what. Your father's passion for our art was very potent. He loved the stage, almost as much as he loved his wife and his son. When the laws were put in place, he wouldn't hear of it. He tried to reason with them, but he was thrown out. He wrote letters, he protested to the constables, he even held meetings in taverns, but it was all in vain. He was caught in an alley yelling about the laws, and the constables beat him within an inch of his life. He'd been a thorn in their side for long enough. His mind was shattered from that point on, and your mother couldn't snap him out of it. The night they took him away, it was raining, ironically. He mumbled something about a damp spot. It's murky!
So then why take me in? The abandoned son of a disgraced malcontent.
There is no pity in this room. We haven't the time for it. But we do take care of our own just as he did when he found Claudia.
Found her?
That day at the Rose, when she was booed off the stage, he found her in the closet crying into her bruised little hands. He brought her to me, and I've been grateful ever since.
What's done cannot be undone.
He sounds like a good man.
I'm sure you hear. He most definitely was.
finished your lessons.
Yes, Father.
Why, we're in good spirits today, aren't we?
Pardon, sir, but Lord Gordon's widow is here.
As of a man, faithful and honorable.
Why, yes, Lady Gordon. I have some papers that I believe would do better in your hands.
How very kind of you.
No trouble at all, really. That's odd. They're right here. Maybe they got mixed in with my daughter's things. You know how children can be so...
Do you think 'tis this?
So, what? Lord Chauncey?
So what? Messy, careless, take your pick, really. Yes. Here you are, madam.
Thank you very much, sir.
Lane will see you out now. Good day.
This way.
My dear daughter, what have you been doing? Catherine?
Ah, Father.
Yes, dear.
Master Fisher canceled our lessons for tomorrow.
That's odd. He didn't tell me of this. Was it something important?
It seems so.
Well, I suppose if it's urgent, that's all right then. If it's something that important, I guess we should also content ourselves with it. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Here. Go and take your books. I know how you bring joy from them.
How may we try it further?
Now, repeat after me. Angustia.
Angustia.
Paracolum.
Paracolum.
Apage.
Apage.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Well, enough of that. Ooh, hello, Lord Chauncey. Class, greet the gentlemen.
Good morning, Lord Chauncey.
Lord Chauncey, what brings you to Crosby today?
I require the assistance of one of your students.
One of my students? Which one?
That one, there, the McDonald boy.
May I ask?
It's a private matter, sir. Quite rude of you to try and pry yourself into a lord's life now, isn't it?
My apologies, it's just that...
The rest of you out. Class is finished.
But my lord, we still...
It's through! Dismissed. That goes for you as well.
We'll meet in the room, Master Fisher.
Very well. I will be in my office.
Lord Chauncey, is there something I can help you with?
By all means, my boy. By all means.
And what is that, sir?
Well, for one, you can leave my daughter alone.
What does that mean by this?
Sir, really?
Please, don't interrupt me. I know exactly the kind of boy you think you are. You would take my daughter to a magical place that she's only dreamt of before. You would make her heart beat with passion, even excitement. You would take her to an unknown land that she's only read about in books. And after that, you would toss her aside like a beggar tosses an apple core.
I wouldn't.
Silence! You say you're not like the others. Other boys would mistreat my dear Ellen, but you would treat her like a princess. Yes, you are different. You're kind, gentle, sincere.
Lord Chauncey.
Tell me about the players.
Players, sir.
Let him demand his fill.
I know you've shown Ellen to some kind of acting group. Where else would she get the speech?
Speech?
Don't play the fool, wee boy.
I will not suffer you lightly. I saw the speech laying on my own desk, in my own manner. I've seen these words spoken before. I've read them myself, and Catherine, of all things, my precious angel of a child reading for a shrew. You may think that the theater is full of extraordinary people and new beginnings, but that is complete rubbish. It's unholy, an abomination.
How could you just go?
I knew your father. He was the worst of the
Don't
lot.
you dare speak!
You're a handful of a father, rotting away in some institution across the country. Ah, must be lovely. No one to bother him. Just peace and quiet. My wife was just like your father. Just as much of a loon. And she loved the playhouses. Especially loved to laugh at the rose or the curtain. But above all, she loved the tragedies, especially at the Blackfriars. She would sit there under the candlelight and scream and shout and cry along with the players. I held her hand all hours of the night before they took her. It was a relief when she had passed. Her family had tried to tell me that her grandmother had been the same way, that it was hereditary, but I knew. I knew that deep in that old church, in those walls, under the candlelight, that the words, they had crept inside her mind, taken root, and they had killed her. And while your father's fate was a sad one, it's easy to say that it was far better than what he deserved. Oh!
Well, you know them then.
My daughter will not have her mind corrupted, not by you or any other vermin. You will tell me about these players, who they are, and when they meet, and that will be the end of that.
And if I refuse?
Then I'll have him knock your head about until you are in a room next to your father.
There you are. I've been waiting here for ages.
I have some personal matters to attend to.
I was thinking about what we talked about last week, about being more open. The Lord and the seamstress sounds pleasant, doesn't it? Darling, what's wrong? Are you not well, or?
Damn children, damn schoolboys, and damn players.
I was on my feet all day, and I was hoping my sweet Francis could treat me. Maybe we could go back to my flat and make some sweets. Or perhaps you could take me for a stroll around the market. Whatever mood you're in.
My mood is not content, Avis.
Well, then maybe...
Avis!
I'll be off then.
Wait. I found this. It was with Ellen's things.
A piece of parchment.
Read it.
My lord, I believe I have a solution to your problem.
very expensive shirt, I'm sure.
Where have you been? What happened?
I fell on a cat.
Kurt.
It was a big cat.
I can see the knuckle marks on your face, boy.
A man was trying to get me to tell him of the company, who you are, where you meet, and all that.
What did you say?
I told him I didn't know what he was talking about.
Well, how did he leave it? Were you followed?
No.
Are you sure?
Do I look like I was of any use to him? That's part of the reason of why it's so late. I was making sure it was safe to come here, that I wasn't followed.
Thank you, Kurt, for keeping us all safe. I'm sorry you were hurt.
It's but a scratch, milady.
Are you certain that this is where it is?
Old theater? Positive.
But can we even trust her?
That'll be enough of that. I trust her, and that's all you need.
Right. I'll get the men ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our final performance, a special tune for the players who played.
There is a respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time?
A woman moved just like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty, and while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it.
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this are honorable, what private praise they have. Alas, I know not.
The oppressor was wrong. That prominence consuming, the pangs of despise love, the loss denied, the insolence that office and that spurns, that patient merit as thy worthy takes, when he himself might his proudest make, with a barbacan,
Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one who cares for thee, and for thy maintenance, commits his body to painful labors, both by sea and land, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold,
That made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will no doubt, with reason, answer you. I come not, friends, to steal your hearts, for I am no orator as Brutus is.
no travel returns, passes the women to rather bear those ills we have, and flies the others that we know not of. And thus our conscience does make coward of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sickle over the pale cast of thoughts.
and when she is forward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul contending
Stop in the name of the king! Everyone stay where you are!
Ellen, come here.
and graceless traitors to her loving lord?
Ellen, now!
I am ashamed that women are so simple!
Ellen Johnson!
To offer war where they should kneel for peace.
Have it your way, then. Make it quick.
All of them into the alley!
An enterprise of great pinch and moment, and disregard, and curse and error, and lose the day of action.
Come, you forward, unable worms. My mind has been as big as one of yours. My heart is raised. My reason halfly more. Bending word for word, or frown for frown. But now I see our lances, or but straws.
And every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise in mutiny.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Cooperation, I didn't tell you anything.
Oh, what you did, my boy. I suspected there was something to be dealt with, and you confirmed it. The rest I got from her.
Amos?
Hello.
And the best part about it is they think that you did it. Ellen thinks you betrayed her. The company thinks you sold them out. You have helped me teach my daughter a valuable lesson. And for that, I cannot thank you enough, my boy.
No.
Now cracks a noble heart.
Are they gone?
They're gone. All of them. It's my fault.
No, the officers.
What?
It's me.
Joan?
I was in the vault putting
We'd always known this might happen someday.
Haunter was a fool to lead them here.
Not a fool. A traitor.
Oh, I didn't ever mean to go.
Not you. Avis. It's clear as day she sold us out. But they need your help.
How? What am I supposed to do?
Well, the constables and that lord are satisfied with their prisoner